was to support and to move forward non-proliferation. And that's why I believe that when we talk about an energy economy, and there's emerging nations that want to be able to build their nations, they're looking to try to harness the power that they need to be able to support their people and their community. I truly believe that if we focus the efforts and the subsidies that went to not only to nuclear research, to truly be able to develop renewable energy and to solve the storage problem, we could help them. And that's one of the very first steps that we could take to make sure that we're being responsible, not only here in the United States, but across the globe. There's a huge problem still with nuclear waste, with spent fuel. The facilities that are in Los Alamos National Laboratories that have recently been approved, we could use those facilities and those researchers and those scientists, and I said this recently when I was in Los Alamos at a forum, to help solve the problem with spent fuel and the waste problem. One of the physicists said, what exactly do you mean when you say that we can move forward with research? It's to help accelerate the half-life. Sticking it in the ground is not going to be a solution. We as a nation need to be leaders at so many levels. And making sure that we are moving forward and developing the right programs, that we're supporting non-proliferation research, that we're supporting solving the storage issue, partnering up with institutions like MIT, who recently took it up, supporting the small program that exists in Los Alamos. Those are the types of programs that we need to be moving forward so that we as a nation can set an example and that we can be leaders in non-proliferation. Not just do as we say, but do as we do. Let's lead the example here. Something I believe in. I've been very strong on this issue. Since I've been on the commission, there's been a lot of statements that I put out publicly about my concerns about the waste issue, about spent fuel, about where we need to go as a nation. And I think that when we're serious about taking this issue on, and as a nation setting its priorities, so that way we can invest in the right programs, and utilizing the brain trust so we can protect jobs and understand the economic base that our laboratories have in New Mexico, but in the programs that can spin off from them. That's the way we need to be moving. I truly believe that. There's a couple scientists out there that they opened up a couple projects as well that it's actually down in the Poaka Valley off the hill, and they have 2 concentrated solar arrays where they're actually creating a synthetic fuel now. A fuel where they're extracting some of the hydrogen molecules, and they're able to utilize it to create a synthetic fuel, a fuel that they feel that they could use to turn the turbines, or that they could maybe find a mechanism to put it into a vehicle where they could get the vehicle running. I mean, these are bright minds. And when we support them and we challenge them to solve the nation's problems and our world's problems, they'll do it. They just need a little support. And we need to make sure that we're creating an environment that's going to be friendly to that type of research. Not only in Los Alamos, not only in Sandia, but across the United States. That's how we're going to utilize the brain trust that we have to be able to solve these problems. It's something I believe in. It's something that we need to work for. And as a single member of Congress, you can't do it alone. It's going to take the entire Congress, working with the community, making sure that you bring the leadership on board so that way we can move Los Alamos and start planning for the future. So that way when there are other budget cuts proposed in the future, Los Alamos is going to be too important and critical when it comes to solving our dependency on foreign oil. Making sure that we're going to be a big part of it. And so when people ask, how is New Mexico not going to be forgotten with so many freshman members in Congress? I remind them about our laboratories. I remind them about our brain trust. I remind them that we need to solve our dependency on foreign oil and that we can do it right here. We've been doing it at Sandia for a long time. If we support the storage solutions that are going to be looked at in Los Alamos, we're in the mix and we're at the center of this discussion. And that's how we're going to be able to transform and make sure that we're